here we go. And a big celebration today. Everybody's ready? Yep. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm John Miglosh for the Wisconsin DMA and the International Society for Strategic Marketing. Okay, well, it's a big day to celebrate today, and I almost missed it. It's Happy National Cheese Curd Day, and Wisconsin has a unique fascination for cheese curds, says Susan Fanning, CMO for Wisconsin Cheese. We get those fresh cheese curds made that same day. I go over to the Piggly Wiggly, and they have a special place on Thursdays where you get your cheese curds, okay? A cheese curd is a young cheddar that has lost its way early in the cheese-making process. I wrote that better than they did, I think. So what do you want to do to celebrate? Get your hands on the curds, prepare your feast, join Cheeselandia. I don't even know about Cheeselandia, but I'm going to check it out. Cheeselandia has a VIP group that gets special opportunities to meet Wisconsin cheesemakers. I know you're thinking to yourself, I never get this kind of information on CNN. Right. That's why you want to subscribe and join the WDMA. And speaking of which, we had a great meetup yesterday, and we had Rich Gasson from the University of Wisconsin. And not only did he enjoy the session, he had to leave slightly early so he could go trout fishing on the last day of the season, and he caught an 18. Oh, it's not even, I can't go big enough for this. This is a big trout, an 18-inch brown trout. That seems like one you'd put on your wall, man. This is awesome. And so not only does the WDMA help you with your marketing and really get the most of your marketing dollars, but it also will help you with the rest of life. Okay, there's still time to enter the ANA International Echo Awards. And this is an award that's been going on since 1929, okay? 92 years, I think, or 3 or something. And so there's still time. The cutoff is November 1st. If you had a smashing, bang-up, great campaign, and I know at least one company that should enter, and I'm going to give them a call today and make sure that they get it done. But in addition to that, yours truly has been invited to be a judge for this year's rigorous judging. Judges come from such notable companies as Adobe, Kimberly-Clark, American Express, Microsoft, IBM, etc., etc. And I want to give a special shout-out thanks to Debbie Roth up at Japs Olson for inviting me to apply for that. Somehow they snuck me in, and I will be a brutal judge of not only the results, but what it took to get there, and the ROI and EBITDA for those of you who are chief marketing officers. Okay, I talked the other day about this work study about the UK and personalization and mail, and it's a huge study. And this thing is like 60 pages of information, and I wrote to the guy who wrote the article about it, and he actually sent me the whole shebang. So I'm going to post it on the WDMA.org website, and if you subscribe, which is 100% free, I'd rather have you join for about $200, but if you subscribe, you get the show notes, and that will be in there especially for you. Last but not least, whoops, I got to get way over here. I got to close some of these windows because I can't find the best article. Erin Weaver, a fantastic article in Forbes magazine, says 3 ways to keep a subscription base strong. And not only does she nails it. She nails it. This is one of the best articles in a long time, and I say that almost every day, but this is another good one. She said, a key lesson during the pandemic was that recurring revenue can create a foundation of stable financial support. And I want to thank our members for continuing their support of WDMA. It's all about retention, okay? Identify which channels, this is really important, identify which channels tend to convert and are stickier in your field. And here she goes against the grain a little bit. I don't know, this is radical, But she says to ensure you're not throwing money away into methods that don't retain, here's what you do. This is an example. Let's say you spend $100,000 in social media and you get millions of impressions. Never mind, most of them are bots. She doesn't say that, but of course I will. But you're only going to get 500 subscribers who pay $10 a piece. So that's a total of $60,000 in annual revenue. That would not be a great spend, right? Put $1 in and then put another 40 cents in because they didn't pay back the original cost of advertising, much less any long-term. And then it says by year 2, they've all dropped before you can even reach a net positive. And that's not a net positive. You know, marketing can't just pay for its own ad spend. That's not enough, right? Because we're going to have follow-up, and we got to keep the board of directors well paid so that they continue to waste their time on the board of directors. Okay, so what about direct mail? She says for $100,000 you could reach 300,000 people. Now I'm not sure, that might be a typo because I haven't done a lot of nonprofit mail. So sometimes if you're a 501c3, you can mail for 30 cents in the mail, but man, oh man, that sounds like too good a deal to me. But anyway, let's say you got 100, let's say you got half of that. So we had 50 cents, that would be 200,000 pieces. 100,000 pieces could buy you 60 cents, okay, or something. Get you 150,000 or 200,000. You can still get 2,300 subscribers with a 1% response. I'll change this. And you get 279,000 in annual revenue. Moreover, and this is the really important part, consistently, I see direct mail generating a 4-time greater retention rate after 12 months than did digitally acquired donors or customers. Okay, so what if it generates a greater retention? If you can keep 30% of those, 1/3 of this is about $90,000, okay? So then you add that in, and now we have a decent ROI. But even by 5 years, and of course you're going to go down. I find that it goes about 60% loss the first year, and then 10, like that, something like that. So you get money along the way. Also, you can verify this with a split test. Now, I prefer, when you're testing channels, I prefer a holdout test where you take some of the names that you're prospecting with and only send them digital, and some of them and you only send them mail, and see what that difference is. Where you try to turn off the digital. It's really hard to turn off digital, though, for most organizations, because it's just everywhere and it's going all the time, and no one's keeping track of all the places it might turn up. And so if you can, I would love to see you turn off your digital for a little while, but you probably can't. And so if in doubt and you can't run this test as she describes it, and again, get the article, go over to WDMA.org and subscribe. And study this, because it's a really well done article. But if you can't do this randomized groups and turn off your digital, because a lot of times they won't, because if they turn it off and nothing happens, everybody will realize that it wasn't really doing anything in the first place. But if you can't, then you still can do a mailing where you mail 90%, or on a 300,000 piece, you could even mail 95% of that prospect thing, 300,000 piece mailing. And so you hold out 10,000 and you see what they do along the way. See if they generate response other ways. You can match back to their name, even though you didn't mail it. Okay, it works. Okay, and I've always seen mail do like 300% ROI in that context. Okay, secondly, incremental revenue. I remember a charity that used to say, well, you gave $10 a month last year, could you give 15? And I appreciated that they at least noticed that I'd given. A lot of times people don't. The charity's like, well, we need more money. Oh, crisis, it's a crisis. Look who got elected, or it's a crisis, or we lost our furnace, or whatever it is, the polar bears, whatever it is. Okay, give people reasons to remain a subscriber. And she's got a great example here. And this isn't even a charity. This is just a Peloton. She said, I was traveling and I couldn't use my Peloton bike. You'd think they have a travel model. Anyway, so I got a personalized email from my trainer, Cody Rigsby. I should shout out to Cody for a nice email. And she thinks that the company took notice because, you know, you're online with those Peloton things. They have that interactive deal where you're with everybody else while you're alone in your home. And the company took notice, and they had the email come from her favorite trainer. Now, that may be an online trainer. Maybe it's not somebody she knows. So, I mean, I don't have a Peloton. I don't even know if I got rid of my... I think I got rid of my old... No, I think it's still there. I'm not sure. Anyway, I have an old pedal. Yeah, I kept my Nordic Track and my old pedal bike that I got for free. Yeah, it works. Anyway, excellent article. I want to thank Erin for that, and hopefully we can get her on the show. We got some really great feedback from Adweek, and hopefully we'll get them back here too to undo the damage of my reviews of their articles. Have a great day. Like and share. Your friends will know you're smart. Don't forget, celebrate National Cheese Curd Day. And if you live in a place, you know, where you've never even heard of cheese curds, like Texas, you can go to your local Culver's, I know they have them down there, and get some deep-fried cheese curds, and you can get some genuine Wisconsin custard, which is like ice cream, but way better. It's kind of like halfway between ice cream and sweet, sugary butter. We got great food in Wisconsin. It's not necessarily gourmet, but it'll put meat on your bones, as my mother used to say. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.